Long ago, in the kingdom of Aravan, there lived a man named Kyle, renowned throughout the land for his intelligence and discernment. He was an advisor to King Ardent, and no one dared make important decisions without first hearing his words, for Kyle possessed a clear mind and a vision that transcended appearances. His talent, however, aroused envy among the other nobles at court, who grumbled about his prestige and questioned his humility. Kyle had a son, Leor, a boy who showed no interest in flaunting his knowledge or impressing anyone. His simple manner and serenity were interpreted by many as naivete. Everyone at court commented, sometimes with hidden laughter, that the great advisor's son seemed foolish. One morning, as King Ardent was walking through the palace gardens to observe the people and listen to their complaints and requests, he encountered Leor. As was customary, the king presented him with 2 coins, 1 gold and 1 iron, and asked, "Which one do you consider more valuable?" Leor replied without hesitation, "The iron one, Your Majesty." The king laughed, and soon the courtiers began to laugh too, whispering among themselves and casting discreet glances at Kyle. Each day, the same scene repeated itself, and the king was amused by the boy's apparent naivete. At the end of that day, Kyle returned home with a mixture of concern and curiosity. He called Leor over to talk and asked, "Son, I know that gold is more valuable than iron. Why then do you always answer the king the opposite?" Leor looked at his father calmly and serenely. "Father, if I took the gold, the king would stop challenging me. The laughter and jokes that accompany my answers would disappear, and I would receive nothing in return. Everyone here just wants to show they understand, that they perceive. But I've learned that patience and constancy can be worth more than the appearance of intelligence. Each day, as I choose the iron, the king is amused and offers me a coin. 1 coin a day, without me having to show my worth hastily. At the end of each month, many coins accumulate, and I continue to learn that true wisdom is not displayed. It is built slowly, silently, with prudence." Kale remained silent, absorbing each word. He had never imagined that Leor's simplicity hid such intelligence. The father then asked his son to show him the coins he kept. Leor opened an ancient wooden box, and Kyle saw hundreds of small iron coins gleaming in the soft sunset light that streamed through the window. The counselor felt a mixture of pride and admiration. He finally realized that his son's cunning lay in his ability to seize situations without giving in to pride or the desire for immediate approval. He understood that Leor's wisdom was invisible to those who only looked at the surface, but that only a patient and attentive observer could recognize it. In the following days, Kyle no longer worried about the court's comments about Leor. When a noble or courtier tried to ridicule the boy, Kyle simply smiled and walked on, knowing that true intelligence doesn't need to be displayed. Leor continued his daily choices with serenity, accumulating coins and, more importantly, cultivating a quiet understanding of life and the people around him. Over time, Leor's story became a lesson for everyone in Aravan. Those who appear naive are not always weak, and those who appear brilliant do not always possess true wisdom. Some of the greatest achievements are not announced with fanfare, but arise quietly, steadily, built day by day without haste, without ostentation. Kyle and Leor remained this way for many years, living with patience and prudence. The king continued to be amused by the boy's answers, never imagining that behind the apparent naivety lay a mind capable of understanding the complexity of situations and transforming them into silent advantages. The lesson Leor taught the world was clear. The value of actions and wisdom often reveals itself only to those who observe carefully, without being swayed by appearances or the laughter of others. And so in Aravan, silence and discretion became virtues as respected as open intelligence. For it is not always necessary to shine to be great, and sometimes the greatest victory lies in knowing when to remain quiet, learn, and let time and patience speak for themselves.